Have you ever looked at your birth date and wondered if it holds a deeper meaning? According to ancient Buddhist wisdom, your birth date is not random. It's a spiritual fingerprint, marking the karmic lessons you've brought into this life from previous incarnations. In Buddhism, karma is not just about what happens to you. It's about how your past actions shape your present purpose, patterns, relationships, and even struggles. So what if the date you were born could tell you exactly what karma you're meant to face, and more importantly, how to transform it? This is not astrology. It's not superstition. It's about energetic cycles and spiritual alignment. Your birth date may reveal recurring patterns in your life, such as why you attract certain people, why success or love has been a challenge, or why you feel pulled towards specific goals or values. These patterns are karmic echoes, and when we recognize them, we can finally begin to heal them. Buddhism teaches that we are here to evolve. Every birth date comes with a hidden message, a sacred code that reveals both your spiritual baggage and your soul's potential. Some are born to learn detachment. Others are born to master compassion. Still others must break the chains of old fears, past life wounds, or generational cycles. Whatever your path, your karmic blueprint can guide you, if you know where to look. In this video, we'll explore 10 powerful karmic meanings behind different types of birth dates, based on Buddhist insight and spiritual numerology. As you listen, think about your birth date, not just as a number, but as a mirror of your soul's journey. Get ready. Your karma is waiting to be revealed. 1. Born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th. The karma of leadership and independence. If you were born on the 1st, 10th, 19th, or 28th of any month, your karmic path revolves around self-mastery, leadership, and independence. In Buddhist teachings, these dates align with the energy of initiation. The soul that once depended too much on others in past lives now incarnates to learn self-reliance. In your previous incarnations, you may have been part of a collective mindset. You may have followed orders, depended heavily on family, religion, or tradition, and allowed others to make decisions for you. While this might have created temporary peace, it didn't allow your soul to stand in its own truth. So, in this life, karma pushes you toward forging your own path, even if that means facing loneliness, rejection, or misunderstanding. People born on these days are often gifted with leadership qualities, creativity, and inner drive. But they may also feel burdened with responsibility from a young age. That's no accident. Your soul is here to remember that true leadership does not mean control. It means embodying courage, leading by example, and trusting your own voice when others doubt you. However, the shadow side of this karmic pattern is ego. If you resist collaboration or fall into arrogance, you may find your progress blocked. Relationships may feel tense or unfulfilling until you learn to balance independence with humility. You are not meant to walk alone, but you are meant to walk first. From a Buddhist karmic lens, every challenge you face with authority, personal freedom, or control is a message. Are you claiming your own power? Are you creating from authenticity? Or are you still waiting for permission from the world? Your path is sacred. You are not here to follow. You are here to begin, to build, and to inspire. 2. Born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th, the karma of sensitivity and harmony. If your birth date falls on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, or 29th, you are on a karmic path of emotional balance, intuition, and partnership. According to Buddhist teachings, these dates represent souls who are naturally tuned into others, empaths who can feel energy shifts, sense people's intentions, and easily absorb emotions. But that sensitivity is not accidental. It is karmic. In past lives, you may have misused emotional influence, perhaps manipulating others or depending too heavily on emotional validation. Alternatively, you may have been deeply hurt and closed yourself off emotionally. In this life, the universe calls you to balance your emotional energy with spiritual awareness. You are meant to heal emotional wounds, both yours and others, through compassion, not attachment. People born on these dates often struggle with codependency, excessive people-pleasing, or fear of conflict. You may find yourself putting others' needs first, avoiding confrontation, or staying silent to keep the peace. But this behavior can trap you in karmic cycles where your kindness is taken for granted and your needs go unmet. Your karmic lesson? Learn to stand in your emotional truth without losing your peace. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that true harmony doesn't come from avoiding discomfort. It comes from facing it with a calm and open heart. You have a natural gift for bringing people together. You make others feel seen and heard. But if you don't learn to set healthy boundaries, your energy can be drained and your karmic growth stunted. Meditation, solitude, and spiritual grounding are essential for you. They help you differentiate between your emotions and those you've absorbed from others. This life is your opportunity to refine your sensitivity into strength. Your karma is to master emotional intelligence, to become the calm in the storm, not the one lost in it. You are here to teach love, but also to receive love in its highest form, balanced, respectful, and free. 3. Born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th, the karma of expression and joy. If your birth date is the 3rd, 12th, 21st, or 30th of any month, your karmic destiny revolves around creative expression, joy, and truth-telling. In the Buddhist tradition, these dates resonate with the throat chakra, the center of communication. This means your soul has returned to express what may have been silenced in previous lives. In your past incarnations, you may have withheld your voice, either because of societal restrictions, fear of judgment, or a life of suppression. Perhaps you lived in a time or place where freedom of speech or artistic expression was dangerous. Now, karma gives you the opportunity to break free from silence. This life calls you to speak, sing, write, teach, laugh, and shine without apology. But there's a deeper mission behind this. Your words and joy are healing tools. Your humor, charisma, or storytelling can uplift the weary and awaken the sleeping. People are drawn to your presence because you embody what many suppress, the authentic voice of the soul. However, this karmic path also comes with pitfalls. You may struggle with inconsistency, self-doubt, or superficiality. You might feel pulled in too many directions, starting projects but not finishing them. Or in some cases, you may fear expressing yourself out of past life trauma, leading to anxiety or shyness. Buddhist karma teaches that freedom of expression is a sacred responsibility. The energy of joy is not meant to be wasted on gossip or performance. It is meant to enlighten and elevate. You are here to spread light through your words and creative gifts, not for validation, but for contribution. When you fully step into this role, your life begins to align. Your relationships improve, your energy flows, and synchronicities appear. But the key is honesty, expressing your truth without distortion. Speak not to impress, but to awaken. Create not to compete, but to inspire. You are the artist, the poet, the teacher, the performer. Your karma is to bring joy, but with purpose. Let your light speak. 4. Born on the 4th, 13th, 22nd, or 31st, the karma of discipline and foundation. If your birth date is the 4th, 13th, 22nd, or 31st, your karmic journey is rooted in discipline, stability, and service. In Buddhist teachings, these dates carry the energy of structure, signifying a soul that is here to build, organize, and create lasting impact through dedication and resilience. In a past life, you may have avoided responsibility or lacked the focus needed to fulfill your potential. Perhaps you lived in indulgence, took shortcuts, or escaped from commitment. Now karma presents you with opportunities that demand structure, where things only come together when you stay consistent. People with this karmic number often find that life does not allow them to coast. Success doesn't come easy or instantly. It comes from effort, persistence, and mastery. You may have faced early hardships or been required to take on responsibility at a young age. This isn't punishment, it's a karmic correction. You're being trained to build something solid, whether it's a career, a family, a spiritual path, or all of the above. But there's beauty in your path. You are the foundation others rely on. You are the planner, the builder, the one who ensures things are done properly. Your karma lies in balancing practicality with inner peace. Too much rigidity can lead to burnout. Too much sacrifice can lead to resentment. According to Buddhist thought, karma teaches that all things are impermanent, but effort is never wasted. When your actions are rooted in right intention and right livelihood, 2 steps of the Eightfold Path, you not only transform your own karmic imprint, but you become a force of stability in a chaotic world. The shadow side of this karmic number is control. You may try to force outcomes or become obsessed with perfection, but true mastery lies in effort without attachment. Your karma is not to control results, but to show up fully and let the universe unfold. You are here to leave a legacy, not necessarily in fame, but in impact. Your strength is your gift, and through your discipline, you create peace, not only for yourself, but for others around you. 5. Born on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, the karma of freedom and change. If your birth date falls on the 5th, 14th, or 23rd, your karmic path is centered around freedom, adventure, and transformation. In Buddhist teachings, these numbers represent movement, both physical and spiritual. You are a soul that has returned to learn how to embrace change, live freely, and break away from limiting beliefs or attachments. In past lifetimes, you may have been trapped, whether emotionally, mentally, or physically. Perhaps you lived in isolation, under strict rules, or within a rigid culture that suppressed your natural curiosity. Now, karma swings the other way. You have been given the spirit of a seeker, a wanderer, someone who thrives on variety, learning, and new experiences. People born on these days often feel restless. You may find it difficult to settle down in one job, one place, or even one relationship, because your soul is driven by the hunger for meaning, depth, and expansion. But here's where the karma comes in. Freedom is not the absence of commitment. It is the result of conscious choice. Your challenge in this life is to learn how to experience freedom without abandoning responsibility. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that true liberation arises not from running away, but from awakening within. Your karmic task is to transform your search for stimulation into a journey towards spiritual truth. At times, you may struggle with impulsiveness, distractions, or scattered energy. You might avoid difficult emotions by staying busy or jumping from one excitement to the next. But karma will keep bringing you face to face with yourself until you learn to be fully present in the now. This life is about mastering the art of flow with awareness. You are here to move, to explore, to learn, but not aimlessly. When your actions are guided by wisdom rather than impulse, you become a powerful force of change and inspiration to others. You are the explorer, the communicator, the bridge between worlds. Your karma is to evolve through freedom, but also to teach others that freedom without consciousness is just another cage. 6. Born on the 6th, 15th, or 24th, the karma of love and responsibility. If your birth date is the 6th, 15th, or 24th, your karmic path is deeply tied to love, service, and emotional responsibility. In Buddhist teachings, these numbers reflect the journey of the heart, the lessons we learn through caregiving, compassion, and the balancing of self with others. In past lives, you may have avoided emotional responsibility or failed to care for those who depended on you. You may have placed personal desires above collective well-being, or perhaps you experienced betrayal in love, leaving wounds that still echo today. Now karma calls you to restore balance by learning how to love deeply and wisely, without losing yourself. Those born on these days are natural nurturers. You may find yourself constantly helping others, drawn into the roles of healer, advisor, or caretaker. You possess an aura of warmth and trust, which makes others feel safe. But this also creates a karmic trap, the tendency to give too much, stay too long, or forget your own needs in the process. Your soul's challenge in this life is to balance compassion with boundaries. Love is your greatest gift, but it must be conscious love, not based on guilt, sacrifice, or approval seeking. According to Buddhist karma, true compassion comes from a place of inner fullness, not obligation. When we give from an empty cup, we perpetuate suffering. There may be times when you attract emotionally dependent or wounded individuals. This is not a coincidence. It's karma asking, have you learned how to help without rescuing? Can you love without controlling? Can you care without becoming lost? Your destiny lies in building emotional harmony, in your family, friendships, and romantic life. But to do so, you must first love yourself as deeply as you love others. Buddhism teaches that all beings deserve compassion, including you. Your karma is not just to be a giver, it is to become a guide. A soul who loves not with attachment, but with understanding. A being who reminds others that love is not a burden, but a powerful tool for awakening. 7. Born on the 7th, 16th, or 25th, the karma of wisdom and inner truth. If you were born on the 7th, 16th, or 25th, your karmic journey is a deeply spiritual one, centered around inner reflection, higher knowledge, and truth-seeking. In Buddhist philosophy, these numbers vibrate with the energy of solitude, intuition, and enlightenment. They are associated with the monk's path, the soul who returns to seek inner mastery and divine truth, often through stillness and personal transformation. In a past life, you may have misused knowledge, chased superficial truths, or disconnected from your spiritual nature. Perhaps you relied too heavily on logic, or lived only on the surface of life. Now, karma invites you inward, to go beyond appearances, beyond distractions, and beyond ego, to awaken the truth that lives within you. People born on these dates are often naturally intuitive, philosophical, or drawn to mysticism, science, or the inner workings of the universe. You may feel different from others, even as a child, like an old soul in a noisy material world. But this sense of separation is not punishment. It is karmic preparation for deeper awareness. You are not here to blend in. You are here to observe, understand, and evolve. Your solitude is sacred. Many born under these numbers thrive in quiet settings, where they can study, meditate, and reflect. However, this path can also be lonely. Emotional distance, trust issues, or overthinking may create barriers in relationships. Your lesson is to trust your inner voice, while also staying connected to humanity. Buddhist teachings say that wisdom is only powerful when paired with compassion. You are not meant to detach from the world, but to serve it through insight. Your thoughts can bring healing. Your silence can teach more than words. Beware of becoming too skeptical, reclusive, or disconnected from the body. Your karma is not to escape life, but to see through it, clearly, calmly, and lovingly. When you embrace both knowledge and feeling, intuition and intellect, your light becomes unstoppable. You are the mystic, the teacher, the seeker. Your soul has come far, and your karma now is to help others awaken, simply by walking your truth. 8. Born on the 8th, 17th, or 26th, the karma of power and abundance. If your birth date falls on the 8th, 17th, or 26th, your karmic path is deeply connected to power, material success, and abundance. In Buddhist teachings, these numbers represent the energy of manifestation, the balance between spiritual wealth and worldly achievements. In previous lives, you may have misused power, either through greed, manipulation, or arrogance. Perhaps you chased wealth without mindfulness, or exploited others for personal gain. Karma now invites you to transform your relationship with power by learning ethical leadership and humility. People born on these days often possess a natural drive to succeed. You are resourceful, ambitious, and focused on creating a lasting legacy. However, this drive can lead to intense pressure, anxiety, or a feeling that nothing is ever enough. The spiritual challenge is to find contentment and use your power to uplift, not control. Buddhism teaches that true abundance comes when we let go of attachment to outcomes and cultivate generosity. Your karmic lesson is to balance ambition with compassion, understanding that material success is not the ultimate goal, but a tool for service. At times, you might face setbacks or losses that challenge your ego. These moments are karmic resets, pushing you to reflect on your values and realign with your higher purpose. The way you handle these challenges shapes your karmic future. You are called to be a wise steward of your resources, whether money, influence, or talents. When you lead with integrity and generosity, your power becomes a force for positive change. Your karma teaches that true wealth is not in possessions, but in the impact you make. Master this, and abundance flows effortlessly. 9. Born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th, the karma of compassion and completion. If you were born on the 9th, 18th, or 27th, your karmic path is deeply intertwined with compassion, forgiveness, and spiritual completion. These numbers resonate with the energy of endings and transformation, a soul that carries the wisdom of cycles and is called to heal and release old karma. In past lives, you may have held grudges, harbored resentment, or failed to forgive yourself or others. Alternatively, you might have avoided closure, leaving relationships or situations unresolved. Now, karma asks you to become the healer, someone who embraces the full circle of life with grace. People born on these dates often feel a profound sense of empathy and an urge to serve humanity. You may be drawn to charitable work, counseling, or spiritual teaching. Your heart is wide open, sometimes to the point of feeling overwhelmed by others' pain. Your karmic lesson is to learn how to protect your energy while extending unconditional love. Forgiveness is the key to your freedom. Buddhist teachings emphasize that holding on to anger or regret only prolongs suffering. Your soul's mission is to complete unfinished business, whether internal or external, and transform pain into wisdom. You may also experience endings and beginnings more intensely than others. Relationships, careers, or life phases that end suddenly, pushing you toward growth. Though challenging, these transitions are necessary for your spiritual evolution. Your compassion is your greatest strength, but it requires balance. Learning to say no, to set boundaries, and to practice self-care are vital steps in your karmic journey. You are the healer, the sage, the one who closes cycles with love. Your karma invites you to embrace endings not as loss, but as the doorway to new beginnings. 10. Born on the 7th, 16th, 25th, or 31st, the karma of spiritual growth and enlightenment. If your birth date is the 7th, 16th, 25th, or 31st, your karmic journey is focused on spiritual awakening, enlightenment, and inner peace. These numbers signify a soul who is here to transcend material attachments and find ultimate freedom through wisdom and meditation. In previous lifetimes, you may have been deeply attached to worldly pleasures or caught in cycles of desire and aversion. Now, your karma calls you to explore the path of renunciation, not necessarily by leaving the world, but by freeing yourself from the grip of ego, fear, and illusion. People born on these dates often have a strong spiritual calling. You might be drawn to meditation, philosophy, or healing practices. You seek truth beyond surface realities and are often perceived as wise beyond your years. Your karmic task is to cultivate detachment with compassion, to engage with the world without becoming entangled in suffering. Buddhist teachings encourage you to walk the middle path, balancing spiritual practices with daily life. Challenges on your path may include feelings of isolation, existential doubts, or struggles with discipline, but these are stepping stones to deeper insight. When you persist, you become a beacon for others seeking peace and clarity. Your soul is here to awaken not only yourself, but also to inspire collective awakening. By mastering your inner world, you contribute to healing the outer world. Your karma is the highest calling, to embody enlightenment in action and thought, shining light where there is darkness. Your birth date is much more than just a number. It is a sacred key that unlocks the hidden lessons your soul has chosen to face in this lifetime. Through the lens of Buddhist teachings, each date carries its own unique karmic energy, guiding you toward growth, healing, and spiritual awakening. Whether your path is about mastering leadership, embracing compassion, or seeking inner wisdom, understanding your karmic blueprint helps you make conscious choices that break old patterns and open the door to freedom. Remember, karma is not a punishment, but a loving teacher, always inviting you to rise above past limitations and step into your highest potential. By recognizing the karma embedded in your birth date, you can transform challenges into opportunities and live with greater peace, purpose, and joy. So, honor your journey, embrace your karma, and let your birth date be the roadmap to your soul's deepest awakening.